Now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Cameron Lamfield.
Good morning, everybody. We've got an interesting day going on, so I'm going to get you the details of why we see some sort of weird conditions. But first, let's look out at the current conditions in Eugene. Got those gray skies out there, should be sticking around for most of the day. And you can see off in the distance, low clouds bringing us fog over the valley. Fog is developing everywhere in the valley at the moment, but Eugene and Creswell have the worst of it currently. And look at that, lots of gray skies too. Still beautiful though, 34 degrees at the moment, so it's the coldest morning of the week likely. And those calm winds and the sort of stagnant air we're dealing with are going to likely bring some potential for frost in a few areas, not necessarily in Eugene, but certainly places like Sweet Home could see some. Now, like I said, interesting day. Let me break down to you why that's the case. So we've had a dip off of our coast for many days now. That's what powered the low pressure that brought us the storm system yesterday. Now that dip is moving towards the south and east for today, and what that does is brings more moisture down towards the south, but wraps it around and brings us drizzle towards the later afternoon. You can actually see where we are in this whole path at the moment on our satellite imagery. There's that low that I was just showing you. So it is definitely scooping by and meeting up almost perfectly with the models for today. So it looks like today's forecast will likely be very accurate. Now moving into the Stormcast, I want to show off what that means as that low pressure drifts on by. So through most of the day here, at least the first half of the day, we've just got mid cloud coverage and then a little sunshine out on the coast for the morning for a few hours before cloud coverage develops again. But 12 o'clock is sort of where things start to turn around. You see some of this activity towards the south and out over the water. Check this out. Getting into 2 o'clock, we see another plume that builds up right there, and that brings more showers to that area. There is snowfall consistently over the Cascades today, even though that's not showing up. Then 2 o'clock, even later into 4 o'clock, now we have activity for Roseburg, and then even later towards 6:30, we have more potential activity for the Basin and Southern Valley. Moving into 8:30, it just gets even stronger. That's because of, like I said, as that low pressure passes on by and leaves the area, it makes this back rotation, and that's where we get some of that shower activity for the afternoon today. Now, moving into the 7-day forecast, you'll see today is the last potentially wet day that we'll have for some time. 53 on the coast today and those mid-50s for most of the week, heating up into the weekend. Then we get wet again Sunday evening into Monday. Same thing for the Umpqua Basin, but heating up even more. 68 Saturday and Sunday, so getting warm. Cascade passes are snowy today. That snow gets heavier and heavier as we move on to Thursday. Then we get into the 50s. Willamette Valley 55 for today and tomorrow. Should see fog for most mornings. Should be wet again by Sunday afternoon.